Hi everybody, it's Jim Ostrowski. We're here at Buffalo City Hall. This is our third event, the Coalition Against Fluoride, and we're getting more and more support. We're going to have a very brief program today, and then we're going to serve more petitions. So the other day we served 30 petitions to get the fluoride out of the water, and all the city officials who are over in City Hall, I'm looking at it right now, and in County Hall. The city is having a hearing on this on October 15th, but unfortunately all the county officials have completely ignored us. So we're asking people to call them and say, hey, what's going on? The case against fluoride is very simple. There's a federal court decision, Judge Chen, California federal court judge appointed by President Obama. He said in an 80-page decision that water fluoridation creates a substantial risk of lowering the IQ of children. There's many other health effects, including it damages your teeth. It's called fluorosis, including its effect on your thyroid gland. And I had thyroid disease myself, which may have been related to that years ago. So many reasons to have it out of the water. There's no firm evidence that it helps dental hygiene. That's kind of a myth based on old studies that have been refuted. So we did serve about 30 petitions the other day. We're going to serve more petitions today on state and federal officials, starting with Senator Schumer, who's over there. Letitia James, Attorney General, she's over in the mall. The County Health Commissioner's in the Rath Building. And the petition basically cites the federal court decision, and it's called Food and Water Watch versus EPA. And what we're saying is, as of today, you are all directly or indirectly responsible, and you're on notice for the continued injection of the toxic chemical fluoride into our county's water supply. And you are now on notice. You have a moral or legal obligation to do something about it, which is to immediately remove this poison chemical. Now, we know how politicians act. They're all going to say, it's not our responsibility, it's City Hall. City Hall's going to say it's County Hall. The federal government's going to say it's the state government's going to say it's the federal government. So you know what? We're covering everybody, and they all have some legal responsibility. I won't go into the details now, but believe me, as a lawyer for 40 years, they all have some legal and responsibility over this fluoride, but they all have a moral responsibility, and none of them hesitate to chime in on all sorts of issues that are not in their jurisdiction. So don't start pretending that you can't get involved in an issue even if it's not within your particular jurisdiction. So I'm going to call on some of the other members of the committee. Everybody's welcome to join. We have a Facebook page, Coalition Against Fluoride. Let me call on Pam and speak up. Thank you.
Today I'm here to share a few more points about the fluoridation of water in our country, in our states, in our localities. The evidence is clear. The research has been done. It's time to make a change and remove the fluoride from the water. It's very simple, and this can happen. Fluoride is a toxic chemical that is artificially added to water. It shows there is no clear evidence that it gives a benefit ingesting it, swallowing it in our water and in our food that we cook it with, or the water that we cook our food with. There's no evidence that it will be of benefit to our dental health. But unfortunately, it causes endocrine disruption, which means the thyroid gland, the endocrine glands, the pineal gland, the thymus gland. Besides that, it's shown now that it reduces the IQ of our most precious young babies that are coming up. The last thing we need is to increase rates of autism, special ed labeling when our children have a lowered IQ from water. When are we going to get this out? We're going to get it out very soon, because this committee is here to take care. This has become a civil rights issue and a public health emergency. Thank you.
All right. Nicole, you want to go ahead?
All right. This is me. Hi, thank you for letting me speak today. I'm here today as a resident opposed to the fluoridation of Buffalo's drinking water. This impacts residents, restaurants, and anybody who uses water in their daily lives and in their businesses. I'm like many other health-conscious individuals following the research for many years. The recent ruling by the EPA should warrant immediate halt to the reintroduction of fluoride in Buffalo's drinking water. Fluoridation is one of the most widely rejected health interventions in the world, so why should Buffalo reintroduce this toxic chemical to our water supply? France, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark, Norway, Sweden have all prohibited fluoridation, many citing the ethical problem of putting any drinking drug in drinking water. Mass drugging of a population is an ethical issue and a form of medical malpractice. And water fluoridation is an inappropriate way to deliver medicine, and it denies people medical consent. Medicine toxicity is what leads to health issues. Many health organizations are now opposing water fluoridation, and many ones that endorse it no longer take that position. Exposure to a toxic amount of fluoride can happen in one teeth brushing session, swallowing too much toothpaste. So the amounts of quantities in water consumed is an immeasurable and unregulated toxic load for many individual drinking water.
All right.
I have a whole other page.
No,
Is that okay? All right. The recent EPA ruling is grounded in solid research. The National Toxicology Program study of the state of science concerning fluoride exposure and neural development and cognitive include fluoride exposures such as drinking water exceed World Health Organization guidelines, consistently associated with lower IQ in children, neurological factors measured in multiple cognitive issues such as ADHD, visual orientation, memory, and learning disabilities. Many studies, including done by the World Health Organization, include that there is little or no reduction in cavities in nations that do not fluoridate their water. Environmental justice issues of fluoridation of water include issues that disproportionately impact Black and Hispanic communities where fluorisis is nearly twice as high. Fluoride impacts health in so many ways. That is an endocrine disruptor linked to fertility issues, impacts diabetes, affects thyroid function, and increases risks of Alzheimer's diseases. So with all these health risks, there's many reasons to halt the introduction of fluoride in our local water supply. Thank you.
All right. Our next speaker is Libby. You can introduce yourself too.
Hi, everybody. My name is Libby. I'm actually here because I'm a new mom. I have been a stepmom for a very long time, and I will not reiterate what my colleagues here have said because they were very thorough, but I will tell you what I always tell my son, which is Google it. The information is out there. This is a very dangerous thing to be introducing. Buffalo seems to be kind of on the back end of a lot of things, this being definitely one of them, where they chose to introduce the fluoride right as the information was coming out that it is actually a hazardous waste material. We are not interested as sovereign citizens of Buffalo and, you know, of this nation to be subjected to this type of treatment of our water supply. This should concern every single one of us, as it concerns, even if you have a water filtration system in your home personally, you are still subjected to this treatment in a restaurant, in a coffee shop, anywhere that you go that has water, which is literally everywhere. Water is the essence of life. It is the source of literally everything, and we should have access to information about what's in our water, and we should have the right to have clean water, which is, I believe, a basic human right. So thank you so much, everybody who's listening, and thank you for coming out today.
Thanks a lot, everybody. So, a couple quick points. So, we're asking restaurants, coffee shops, and markets, as our speakers have said, to join this effort because they're serving fluoride. They don't want to do that. They work so hard on getting a healthy product. We got to get this out. We've got some support from Robert Kennedy's group, Children's Defense Fund, Naomi Wolf, who's a health advocate and is involved in many other areas of public policy. Has written several books about the health of Americans and what threatens it. She's behind us. David Bellavia from WBEN, who's not only a talk show host, but he's one of the leading citizens of Western New York as the Medal of Honor winner. He's behind us. Go to our Facebook page, the Coalition Against Fluoride. We're now going to start serving the petition on these public officials starting today and finishing Monday. So nobody will be able to say, we didn't know about it. They're all going to know about it. Thank you very much, everybody. All right.